best of high-end.
Experience the beauty of audio and video.
Well, I would describe the mono amplifiers as the newest addition to the Alluxity products, of course. What I tried to do with these is to have a chassis, stereo amplifier. Well, it's not an amplifier, but a power amplifier that can fit in the same stance as the preamplifier and the media server, so you're not limited with the power amplifier, for etc., because it's a bit deeper. And while designing this, what we did was adding a lot more discrete technology, because we've achieved this since the last time we designed a pure power amplifier. We pack a lot more capacitors, etc., into it. So what we always do when we try to design a new product is to really put as much as we can into it within the limitations that we have. What I wanted to do is to add a more high-end product to the Alluxity product line. Even though that the products are already pretty high-end, I wanted to see what was possible within, again, the limitations that we have, which is right now the chassis size. But the chassis size is set at a fixed size for design purposes. So I decided to do a mono amplifier because I already have a stereo amplifier and I have the integrated amplifier. And the chassis size for integrated was perfect to do a mono amplifier. For producing the mono amplifiers, it's really the same as within the Alluxity products. What we don't do is we don't do the machining of chassis in-house, and we don't do the painting of the chassis in-house. And of course, we don't do the actual circuit board manufacturing, all the chemicals, etc. What we do in-house is all the mounting of components on each circuit board, and that we invested a lot of money into, both to actually be able to produce things really quickly and be able to learn and improve quality, design, etc. over time. So when it comes to producing these products, we of course place an order of the chassis and all, so the subcontractors can do that, and while they do that, we order the circuit boards and we order a specific amount. So we can do post-production for a lot of circuit boards in one go, since we can do it ourselves. And of course, one of the benefits of doing this is if there is some sort of, let's say, error or update or whatever change you want to do, we can actually do it really, really quickly, because we don't have to wait for somebody else to do some sort of production. So everything that comes to electronic-wise is very quickly from us. So we make everything in the module base that we've always done in the Alluxity line, and we test everything, and once everything is tested, we will have the chassis by then, and then it's basically just a plug-and-play design, and that's how it's always been in the Alluxity line, from the first pre and power amplifier to now the mono amplifiers. Time-wise, it can take a few days to fully assemble a product for one man. But it depends on where you look at it time-wise. If it's from when you have all the small components and you have to actually mount the circuit boards to everything is tested. It's difficult to actually directly say time-wise, because we do everything in multiple steps. But a few days for one chassis is a good estimate. Well, the sound signature is very, very similar to all the other products that we have from Alluxity. It's very warm, it's very natural, it's very easy on the ear. You don't get a lot of stutter, you don't feel a lot of pressure. It's really just a matter of sitting down and relaxing. With the mono amplifiers compared to the other power amplifiers that we do have, is that they pack a more punch and they pack more control in all the frequencies, but especially in the lower frequencies. So if you like bass player or whatever type of lower frequencies, they will really stand out compared to, for example, the Power One, even though the Power One is also packing a fair punch. This is speedier and more distinct. That's the best way I can describe it. Well, I wouldn't really mention any type of specific brands, because it's really a matter of anybody's taste. Whether you want to have a very precise type of playback or more swingy type of playback. What I would say is that it would be a shame to not have a pair of speakers that has the same dynamics as the mono ones. It doesn't really justify what they can do. So what I would say or suggest is that don't go all in on one thing. Really sculpture the system around what you want to listen to. And most audiophiles, they have an idea of what they want to listen to, especially with the speakers, because a lot of audiophiles, they really focus on the speakers and how they sound. So most people would know what's the sound signature that they would like to have. And what I can say about the mono ones is that they can both deliver one thing or the other, whether it's the analytical part or it's the more boomy part.
Best of high-end.
Experience the beauty of audio and video
Sign up for free
at bestofhighend.com.